So 911 season 9 episode 10. We are officially on another, I think, 3-week hiatus for the Winter Olympics, which all right, I guess. I'm going to be so honest with you all. For the first time in my 911 watching history, I went into this episode with spoilers. Yeah, I did that intentionally too because in the hour or two before the episode was airing on the West Coast, and we're the last to see it by the way. So it's like multiple hours of having to avoid spoilers every week. I just couldn't handle the constant tampering of my expectations, like mentally having to readjust what I want, what I hope for with what's realistic, and the anxiety of not knowing where the story is going and not really trusting where the story is going. And I'm like, this is taking me out of my enjoyment of watching the episode live. It's just taking me out. So I made an executive decision and I went on Twitter and I looked up what was happening and I was like, oh, okay, like not details or anything, but enough for me to relax a little bit. And so watch the episode. I think I was able to enjoy it a lot more that way. I don't know if I'll do that again. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But there were definitely some moments that shocked and surprised me during this episode. I vaguely knew about the Abigail stuff going into the episode, but I didn't realize to the extent. And when she was at Eddie's house and the vibes were the way they were, I don't think I breathed the whole time. The whole time I was like, where is this going? I don't like this. Mom, pick me up. I'm scared. So I'm glad Eddie handled it the way he did. It was very clear. He was like, oh, this is weird. All right, we need to set some boundaries. Say, thank God. Not that I was worried he was gonna do anything, but I don't know. I don't know with this show. You never know. So I was like, okay, you're sharing too much information with this practical stranger, way too much information. And I was like, man, the stuff around Christopher, something's gonna happen to Christopher. And look at that. Looking at the preview for next episode, she freaking kidnaps Christopher. I mean, it's clear at the end of the episode that she's taking him. Full on kidnapping. I guess we'll see to what extent. It seems like it based off the preview. And you know what? If it gives Eddie a bigger storyline, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I don't want that because I do. Because we know Christopher is going to be fine. Now, what I'm a little bit concerned about is what is Buck's involvement going to be? And this is my buddy goggles on, but I'm like, so he better be involved in this storyline because he's in the will. Maybe this is how we get our will mention. I know that's delusion. I know. But if they don't involve him in the storyline with Christopher, I'm going to be pissed off. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But Hen seems like she's doing a lot better. She's walking. She seems like she wants to rejoin the 118 at some point, although I don't know how that's going to be possible. But she's doing better. I mean, well, up and until I guess this apparent car crash that she's going to get into based off the promo for next episode. So who knows? Who knows? I'm sure she'll be fine. I'm sure. I say without confidence. Um, and I think the Harry storyline continues to be very cute. Like, it's totally understandable that Chim would be freaked out given the jump scare of his dream at the top of the episode was really funny, low key. I'm not gonna lie. And his behavior makes sense, and I'm glad that he by the end relaxed. But that storyline made sense. I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. The stuff a little bit with Ravi was cute. Um, and can I just say, side note, everyone looked so fine in this episode. Like, the level of attractiveness emanating off of each of these characters was really serious. There were times where I was looking, going, "Wow, it's so beautiful," and I just had no idea what was being said. Keeping it real with you. A lot of calls in this episode, which it's 911. I guess that's the whole point. I guess that's the whole point. But there just seemed like there was a lot. And also, are we for real still referencing Cart Cop? Did I catch them referencing Cart Cop again? Like that's the longest recurring storyline I think this show has had. Oh yeah, and all the Alex stuff. People are worried. This is there are factions, right? There's the group of 911 watchers who thinks that she is going to be Eddie's next potential love interest, right? And then there's the group of people who are like, absolutely not. This is just on the path to Gay Eddie. And then there's people in between who are like, I don't know. I mean, they might play in our faces with it, but I don't ultimately think he's gonna like. Hopefully, I think there are ethical issues with this, right? Being a therapist, although we've crossed that bridge already with 911, the ethical issues with the patient therapist relationship. We've done this already, so maybe we shouldn't do this again. You know? Now I know a lot of people were hoping that this was gonna be the Gay Eddie episode, the Eddie-sode, if you will. And let me tell you, I would have loved that. However, I think the most we can hope for is them just not shutting the door on it completely. Even if Eddie has a, I can't even say it, like a romantic female love interest at some point, I could see it going the way of it being a plot device, much like how Tommy was a plot device for Buck in discovering his sexuality. Like, I don't know, maybe I don't there are a million ways they could do it. So I don't think inherently there being like a woman around Eddie is like a necessarily a bad thing. We'll just have to wait and see. And yeah, I am still Buddy Maxing because Buddy's gonna be in 911 Nashville, and that's crazy. Something's up with that. Watch that space because I don't put it above them to use Buddy as bait to get Nashville numbers up. I don't put it past him. I really don't. In fact, I think that would be a work of evil genius. Anyways, that's the most I can remember from this episode. I'm a little bit checked out on it right now, but I'll be back with y'all for episode 11. Season 9, episode 11, 911. Going once, going twice. I think there's a firefighter auction involved, and then Christopher's kidnapping and some sort of setup into Nashville. It's going to be a wild time. So I'll see you then. Take a breather, everyone. Collect yourselves and get ready for the final stretch of season 9 of 911.